Now, there is absolutely nothing important happening here. No story you need to follow, no lesson hidden between the words, no goal to reach. You don't need to stay awake, you don't need to listen carefully, you don't need to try. Just let the sound exist. Let yourself slowly disappear into rest. Imagine a place where time is not in a hurry, a place where nothing is waiting for you, nothing expects a response, nothing needs fixing. It doesn't matter where this place is. It could be nowhere at all. You don't need to picture it clearly. A vague sense is more than enough. A quiet, empty, unbothered space. Your body already knows what to do. Breathing happens on its own. The weight of your body settles naturally. Muscles loosen without permission. You don't need to relax. Relaxation is already happening. Even the parts of you that feel restless are allowed to be restless. They'll get bored soon. Nothing important happens here. And that's exactly why it feels safe. If thoughts appear, that's okay. They can float by like slow clouds. No need to chase them. No need to finish them. Half thoughts are welcome here. Unfinished ideas can rest too. Somewhere far away, very far away, there is the idea of effort, but it cannot reach you now. Here, effort dissolves. You might notice the gentle rhythm of your breathing, or maybe you don't. Either way is perfect. This is not a moment that needs awareness. This is a moment that allows forgetting. Imagine an old, quiet path, not a special path, not a beautiful one, just a path that exists. It doesn't lead anywhere important. No destination, no purpose. It has been there for a very long time, and it will continue to be there, unchanged. You don't have to walk on it. Just knowing it exists is enough. The air feels neutral, not warm, not cold, just there. The kind of air you stop noticing after a while. Your eyelids may feel heavier now, or maybe lighter. There's no correct sensation. Sleep doesn't follow rules. If your mind tries to listen, it will eventually get tired. Listening takes effort, and there is no reward for effort here. Nothing important happens, not now, not later. The world outside this moment slowly fades, not suddenly, not dramatically, just gently losing relevance. You may begin to feel distant from your own thoughts, as if they belong to someone else, as if they're happening in another room. That's fine. You don't need to bring them back. Time stretches, minutes become soft, seconds lose their edges. Somewhere, very quietly, the idea of tomorrow waits, but it is patient. It will still be there when you wake up. You don't need to prepare for it. Your shoulders sink, your jaw loosens, your forehead smooths out. Without instruction, without effort. You don't need to fall asleep. Sleep happens when it happens. Trying only delays it. So, we don't try. There is a gentle dullness now, a pleasant boredom, the kind that comes before sleep. Thoughts slow down. Not because you force them, but because they lose interest. Nothing is pulling your attention. Nothing is pushing it either. If silence appears between words, let it stay. If words blur together, that's perfect. This place does not care if you're awake or asleep. Both are acceptable. Your body becomes heavier or lighter, or both at the same time. There is no story arc here. No beginning, no middle, no end, just continuation. And as this calm continues, your mind quietly lets go, layer by layer, without announcing it. You may already be drifting. If not, that's okay too. This space is patient. Nothing important happens here. And because of that, everything feels easier. There is no need to begin anything. Nothing new is starting. Nothing old is ending. This is simply a continuation of calm. If you are awake, that's fine. If you're already drifting, that's even better. You don't need to choose. The space around you feels quiet in an unremarkable way, not peaceful in a dramatic sense, just neutral. The kind of quiet that doesn't ask for attention. Your breathing continues without effort, in and out. No rhythm to follow, no pace to maintain. It happens on its own. Somewhere in the distance, thoughts exist. They are faint, unimportant. You don't need to interact with them. They will fade when ignored. Nothing important happens here. And that gives your mind permission to rest. Imagine a room that is mostly empty. Not because something is missing, but because nothing is needed. The walls are plain. The space feels unused. It has been like this for a long time. Nothing changes in this room, and nothing needs to. You are not inside the room. You are simply aware that it exists. That awareness is enough. Your body feels supported. Whatever you are resting on is doing all the work for you. You don't need to hold yourself up. Gravity is already taking care of everything. If your eyes are closed, let them remain closed. If they open briefly, that's fine too. There is nothing to see. The idea of effort becomes distant, as if effort belongs to another version of you, a version that is currently unavailable. Muscles soften slowly, not all at once, not dramatically. Just a gradual release. Your hands feel heavier, or maybe lighter. It doesn't matter. Both lead to sleep. The mind enjoys patterns, but tonight there are no patterns to follow, only repetition. And repetition becomes boring. Boredom invites sleep. Nothing important happens. Time becomes unclear. Minutes stretch quietly. Seconds lose meaning. You don't need to track any of it. You may notice a gentle dullness spreading, a pleasant mental fog, like the moment before forgetting what you were thinking about. That forgetting is welcome here. There is no danger in letting go. Nothing bad happens if you stop paying attention. In fact, this is the safest moment to do so. Thoughts may try to organize themselves. They may try to become useful, but usefulness is not required. They will stop trying eventually. Your body temperature feels just right. If it doesn't, that's okay too. Sleep adjusts on its own. The world outside this moment becomes quieter. Not because it disappears, but because it no longer matters. Somewhere far away, life continues, but it does not need you right now. You have permission to rest. Nothing is expected from you. Not awareness, not focus, not understanding. Your jaw loosens. Your tongue rests comfortably. Your face becomes still. There is no expression to maintain, no reaction needed. Breathing continues, soft, unnoticed. Imagine a long stretch of time where nothing happens. No events, no surprises, just quiet continuation. Your mind likes that idea, because it means there is nothing to prepare for. You may already feel distant from your body, as if it is resting somewhere else. That distance is gentle, comforting. If sleep comes now, let it. If it comes later, that's fine too. There is no rush. Nothing important happens here. Even this voice does not require listening. It can become part of the background, or fade entirely. Words may blur together. Sentences may lose meaning. That's a good sign. The space between thoughts grows wider, longer, more comfortable. You don't need to fill that space. Empty is perfect. There is no destination, no ending point, just a slow drift. If you notice yourself sinking, let it happen. If you notice nothing at all, that's even better. Your mind stops asking questions, stops looking for structure, stops caring, and in this gentle boredom, sleep naturally finds you. Nothing important happens, and you rest deeply because of it. There is no beginning now. That already happened earlier. This moment is simply continuing. You don't need to do anything differently. Whatever position you are in is good enough. If it wasn't, your body would adjust on its own. There is a quiet sense of sameness here. Nothing changes quickly. Nothing asks for attention. Your breathing exists quietly in the background. You don't need to control it. You don't need to slow it down. It already knows what to do. The mind may still be awake. That's okay. Awake minds get bored too, and boredom is gentle. Nothing important happens here. Imagine a very ordinary place, not beautiful, not ugly, just plain. It could be a long, empty road, or a room with nothing inside, or a field with no movement. The details don't matter because nothing is happening there. Your mind notices this lack of activity and slowly stops searching for meaning. There is no story, no lesson, no purpose, just time passing quietly. Your shoulders loosen slightly, not because you tell them to, but because they forget to stay tense. Your arms feel settled, as if they have found a comfortable weight, heavy enough to rest, light enough to forget. Thoughts come and go. They are soft, unfinished, unimportant. You don't need to finish them. Incomplete thoughts dissolve easily. Nothing is waiting for you. Nothing is missing. The space around this moment feels neutral, not exciting, not calming, just empty enough. Your mind likes that emptiness because it doesn't need to react. If your attention drifts, let it drift. If it returns, let it return. Neither matters. There is no right way to listen. Listening is optional. The voice can become distant, like a sound in another room, or like rain far away. Words lose sharpness. They soften, blend together. Meaning fades gently, and that's perfect. Nothing important happens. Time stretches again, longer than before. Minutes feel wide and loose. There is no reason to track time. Sleep does not follow schedules. Your face relaxes without effort, eyes resting comfortably, jaw unclenched, forehead smooth. There is no expression to hold, no reaction expected. Your body understands this moment. It recognizes safety, and safety invites rest. The outside world becomes less relevant, not gone, just quieter. Even concerns feel far away, like something you might remember tomorrow, but not now. Right now there is only this, and this is enough. Breathing continues, steady, unnoticed. You may feel a gentle sinking sensation, as if the surface beneath you is slowly supporting you more. That support has always been there. You are just noticing it now. Nothing important happens here. Your thoughts slow down, not because they are forced, but because they lose interest. Interest requires stimulation, and there is none. This is intentionally boring, and boredom leads to sleep. You don't need to stay awake. You don't need to try to sleep. Both are unnecessary. Your mind starts letting go. Small pieces at a time. A memory fades, a plan dissolves, a question disappears. Each disappearance creates more space. That space feels comfortable, safe, unoccupied. There is no pressure to fill it. Empty space is welcome. Your awareness becomes soft around the edges, less focused, more spread out, like fog or a gentle blur. If sleep comes now, that's fine. If it comes later, also fine. There is no rush. Nothing important happens. The body enters its own rhythm. Internal systems quiet down. Muscles rest. You don't need to notice this. It happens automatically. Even listening becomes optional now. The words can fade completely. Silence between sentences grows longer, more noticeable. That silence is where sleep lives. You are allowed to drift, allowed to disappear into rest. Nothing needs your attention anymore. And slowly, without effort, without intention, sleep takes over. The world fades gently, thoughts dissolve, awareness softens, nothing important happens, and you sleep deeply because of it. Nothing new begins here. This is simply another quiet continuation. You are already doing enough. There is no task to complete, no effort required. The body has settled into its position. Whatever shape it has taken is correct. There is no need to adjust. Breathing continues on its own. In, out, quietly. You do not need to listen closely. You do not need to listen at all. The sound can exist without attention. Nothing important happens. Imagine a place where nothing ever changes, not even slowly, just the same stillness repeating. There are no people there, no movement, no events. It is not lonely, it is neutral. Your mind notices this place and then loses interest. Interest fades. Attention softens. Thoughts begin to slow down, not suddenly, just gently losing energy. A thought starts and then stops. Another appears and fades before finishing. There is no need to complete anything. Incomplete thoughts are welcome here. Your shoulders feel heavy, not uncomfortable, just relaxed enough to forget about them. Your arms rest. Your hands do nothing. Your fingers have no reason to move. Nothing important happens. Time stretches again. Seconds feel wider. Minutes feel loose. There is no reason to know how long this has been or how long it will be. The outside world feels far away, not gone, just distant. Sounds, if there are any, blend into the background. They lose meaning. Even this voice becomes softer, less solid. Words feel less sharp, more rounded. Meaning is optional now. Your face relaxes without instruction, jaw loose, eyes heavy, forehead smooth. The body understands rest. It does not need explanation. A gentle heaviness spreads, not pressure, just weight, as if gravity has increased slightly, only enough to hold you in place. Nothing important happens. The mind becomes quieter, not empty, just uninterested. Questions fade away, plans dissolve, memories blur. Each one leaves without resistance. There is nothing to replace them. Empty space remains. That space feels safe, comfortable, unoccupied. You do not need to fill it. Breathing remains steady, quiet, automatic. Your awareness spreads out, less focused, more diffuse, like mist or fog. Edges soften, thoughts lose shape. Listening becomes optional. The sound can drift in and out. If you miss a sentence, nothing is lost. Nothing was important. Sleep does not need permission. It arrives when it wants. You are allowed to let go, allowed to drift, allowed to rest. Nothing important happens. The body sinks deeper into stillness. Muscles rest completely. There is no effort anywhere. Even awareness begins to fade. This is where sleep lives. In this quiet nothing. You do not need to follow the words anymore. They can fade, disappear. Silence grows larger, more comfortable, and slowly, very slowly, sleep takes over. There is nothing left to do, nothing left to hear, nothing important happens, and you sleep deeply, quietly, naturally. Everything is already slowing down. There is no beginning here, just a continuation of quiet. Your body is exactly where it needs to be. There is no better position, no adjustment required. Breathing moves in its own rhythm. In, out, without effort. You do not need to listen closely. The sound can simply exist. Nothing important happens. Imagine a place with no expectations, no purpose, no destination. Nothing grows there, nothing ends. It is calm in a way that feels ordinary, not special, just neutral. Your mind visits this place briefly, then stops paying attention. Thoughts begin to thin out, like clouds drifting apart. One thought appears, then quietly dissolves. Another starts, then loses interest in itself. There is no need to finish thoughts here. Incomplete is perfect. Your legs feel heavy, resting fully. Your feet relax, toes loose, still. Your arms remain quiet, hands empty, no tension, nothing important happens. Time no longer needs measurement. There is no clock here. Moments stretch, then soften. Awareness becomes wider, less sharp. Even the idea of listening fades. Words pass through without staying. Your face feels calm, eyes resting deeply, jaw relaxed. The body remembers how to sleep. It has done this before many times. A gentle warmth spreads, slowly, evenly. Not excitement, just comfort. Nothing important happens. Thoughts lose their edges, they blur. Images fade into darkness. Silence grows comfortable, familiar. You do not need to follow anything now. Sleep can arrive on its own. Breathing remains slow, natural. The mind grows quiet, uninterested. There is nothing left to solve, nothing waiting. Rest deepens. You sink further. The sound becomes distant, almost gone, and sleep takes over. There is nothing more to do, nothing more to hear, nothing important happens. You drift, softly, quietly, and sleep continues. Everything is already slowing. There is no rush, no reason to stay alert. Your body remains still. Whatever position it is enough. There is no need to move. Breathing continues quietly, in, out, soft and automatic. You do not need to follow these words, they can drift past. Nothing important happens. Imagine a long stretch of quiet time, no events inside it, no changes, just a soft, empty feeling. The mind notices it, then lets go. Thoughts come less often now. When they appear, they fade quickly. A thought begins, then gently disappears. Another one tries to form, then loses its shape. There is no need to complete anything. Incomplete thoughts are welcome. Your shoulders rest heavily, not tight, just relaxed. Your back feels supported, held. Your legs remain loose, comfortable, still. Nothing important happens. Time becomes unimportant. You do not need to know how much has passed. There is no schedule here, no next step. Awareness softens, edges blur. Sounds become distant, less defined. Even this voice becomes quieter in your mind. Words lose meaning, they become sound. Your face relaxes fully, eyes heavy, jaw loose. The body understands this moment. It knows how to rest. A calm heaviness spreads gently. Not pressure, just comfort. Nothing important happens. Thoughts slow down further. Spaces between them grow larger. Silence feels safe. You do not need to stay awake. You do not need to try. Sleep arrives naturally, without effort. Breathing remains slow and steady. Awareness drifts, like floating. There is nothing to focus on now. The sound fades into the background. Sleep deepens. You sink further into rest. Nothing is required from you. Nothing important happens. And sleep continues, quiet, deep, natural. There is nothing left to do, nothing left to hear. You rest. Everything is already calm, there is no urgency here, no reason to stay awake. Your body feels settled. Whatever position you are in is enough. There is nothing to fix. Breathing continues quietly, in, out, slow and natural. You do not need to listen closely. The sound can simply pass by. Nothing important happens. Imagine a very ordinary place, nothing special, nothing interesting, a place where nothing ever asks for your attention. The mind notices it for a moment, then becomes bored, and boredom feels safe. Thoughts slow down even more. They arrive late, they leave early. One thought begins, then fades before it finishes. Another appears, then quietly disappears. There is no need to follow them, no need to stop them. Your arms feel heavy now, resting completely, hands relaxed, fingers still. Your legs feel loose, supported, feet warm and calm. Nothing important happens. Time feels stretched, loose, unstructured. There is no sense of before or after. Awareness spreads gently, not focused on anything. Sounds in the distance lose meaning. Even this voice feels far away. Words turn into soft noise. Your face relaxes without effort, eyes resting deeply, jaw relaxed. The body remembers this feeling, it knows this path well. A deep comfort settles in, slowly, evenly. Nothing important happens. Thoughts become rare now. Large spaces appear between them. Silence grows wider and softer. You do not need to stay with the words. They can fade. Sleep does not need permission. It arrives naturally. Breathing stays steady, quiet. Awareness drifts like floating. There is nothing to hold on to, nothing to follow. The sound fades further. Rest deepens. The body becomes very still. Nothing is required from you. Nothing important happens. And sleep continues. Calm, deep, effortless. You rest. Everything is already quiet. Nothing is asking for your attention. Your body remains still, comfortable enough. There is no need to move. Breathing happens on its own. In, out. Slow and gentle. You do not need to follow these words. They can drift past you. Nothing important happens. Imagine a long, empty moment. No activity inside it. No story. Just a soft sense of nothing. The mind notices this space. Then slowly lets go. Thoughts begin to thin out again. They appear less clearly. A thought starts, then fades before it finishes. Another one forms, then quietly disappears. There is no need to complete thoughts here. Incomplete is perfectly fine. Your chest feels calm, breathing smooth, easy. Your shoulders rest heavily, not tight, just relaxed. Your arms lie still, hands loose. Your legs feel settled, supported. Nothing important happens. Time becomes less noticeable. There is no need to track it. Moments stretch softly, then blur. Awareness spreads without focus. Nothing stands out. Background sounds lose importance. They drift away. Even this voice feels distant, less clear. Words turn into gentle noise. Your face relaxes fully, eyes heavy, jaw loose. The body remembers how to sleep. It does not need instruction. A deep calm settles in slowly, like sinking into something soft. Nothing important happens. Thoughts come only occasionally now, and when they do, they pass quickly. Silence grows larger, comfortable. You do not need to stay awake. You do not need to try to sleep. Sleep arrives naturally, without effort. Breathing remains slow, steady. Awareness drifts further away, like floating gently. There is nothing to hold on to, nothing to follow. The sound fades into the background. Rest deepens. Your body becomes very still. Nothing is required from you now. Nothing important happens. Sleep continues. Quiet, deep, effortless. You rest. Everything is already quiet. There is nothing waiting. Nothing coming next. Your body stays where it is. Comfortable enough. No adjustment needed. Breathing continues naturally. In, out, slow. You do not need to follow the words. They can come and go. Nothing important happens. Imagine a long stretch of calm. No movement inside it. No change. Just stillness. The mind touches this stillness, then slowly releases it. Thoughts grow faint. They arrive softly. They leave easily. One thought begins, then fades. Another one forms, then dissolves. There's no need to finish anything. Incomplete feels safe here. Your neck feels relaxed, supported. Your shoulders drop slightly. No tension. Your arms rest heavily, hands loose. Your legs feel warm. Still, nothing important happens. Time feels distant, unclear, unnecessary. There is no sense of hurry. Awareness spreads gently. Nothing to focus on. Sounds around you soften. They lose meaning. Even this voice becomes less important. Words turn into background sound. Your face relaxes fully now, eyes resting, jaw soft. The body recognizes this moment. It knows what to do. A deep comfort settles slowly, evenly. Nothing important happens. Thoughts become rare. Large spaces appear between them. Silence feels wider and calm. You do not need to stay awake. You do not need to fall asleep. Sleep comes naturally when it wants. Breathing remains steady, quiet. Awareness drifts further, like floating. There is nothing to hold, nothing to follow. The sound fades away, rest deepens. The body becomes very still. Nothing is required from you. Nothing important happens, and sleep continues, soft, deep, effortless. You rest. Everything is calm already. There is nothing to wait for. Your body stays exactly as it is, comfortable enough, no need to move. Breathing happens quietly, in, out, slow and easy. You do not need to follow these words. They can drift past you. Nothing important happens. Imagine a moment with no purpose, no task, no meaning, just empty time. The mind notices this emptiness, then becomes less active. Thoughts slow down naturally. They appear softer. One thought begins, then fades without finishing. Another thought tries to form, then disappears. There's no need to complete anything here. Your chest rises and falls gently. Breathing smooth. Your shoulders feel heavy. Resting. Your arms lie still. Hands relaxed. Your legs feel loose. Supported. Nothing important happens. Time becomes unclear. There's no sense of minutes. Moments blend together. Awareness spreads without focus. Nothing stands out. Background sounds fade. They become distant. Even this voice feels far away now. Words lose meaning. They become sound. Your face relaxes fully. Eyes heavy. Jaw loose. The body understands this state. It remembers how to rest. A deep calm spreads slowly, like sinking. Nothing important happens. Thoughts appear only occasionally, and they leave quickly. Silence grows larger, comfortable. You do not need to stay awake. You do not need to try to sleep. Sleep arrives on its own, naturally. Breathing remains slow, steady. Awareness drifts further away, like floating gently. There is nothing to hold on to, nothing to follow. The sound fades into the background. Rest deepens. The body becomes very still. Nothing is required from you. Nothing important happens. Sleep continues. Quiet. Deep. Effortless. You rest. Everything is already calm. There is nothing important happening now. There is nothing you need to do. Your body can stay exactly as it is. No adjustment is necessary. Comfort is enough. Breathing continues on its own. In, out, slow, natural. You do not have to control it. It already knows the rhythm. The air feels gentle as it moves in, and softer as it leaves. Nothing important happens. Imagine a long stretch of time with no purpose, no goal, no direction, just empty space. The mind enters this space quietly, and then slowly becomes less active. Thoughts begin to feel distant, like they are happening far away. A thought may start forming, then gently dissolve. Another thought may appear, then fade before it finishes. There is no need to complete thoughts here. Incomplete is safe. Your forehead feels smooth, relaxed. Your eyes feel heavy, resting comfortably. The muscles around your face soften. Jaw loose, tongue relaxed. Your neck feels supported. No tension. Your shoulders sink slightly, letting go. Your arms rest quietly, hands open, fingers loose. Your chest rises and falls slowly. Breathing steady. Your stomach feels calm, soft. Your lower back settles, supported by whatever is beneath you. Your legs feel heavy, warm, still. Your feet rest without effort. Nothing important happens. Time becomes unclear now. Minutes do not matter. There is no schedule, no next step. Moments stretch, then blur together. Awareness spreads gently, without focus, without effort. There is nothing specific to notice, nothing to observe. Background sounds lose importance. They blend into the distance. Even this voice begins to feel far away. Words soften, edges blur, meaning becomes less clear, and that is perfectly fine. Your body understands what this moment is. It recognizes rest. There is no need to instruct it. It already knows. A deep calm begins to settle, slowly, evenly, like sinking into something soft, something supportive. Nothing important happens. Thoughts become rare now. Large spaces appear between them. Those spaces feel quiet, comfortable. Silence grows wider, not empty, but peaceful. You do not need to stay awake. You do not need to force sleep. Sleep arrives when it is ready, naturally. Breathing remains slow, gentle. The body grows heavier, more still. Awareness drifts further away, like floating on calm water. There is nothing to hold on to, nothing to follow, no story, no task, just rest. The sound continues softly, but you do not need to hear it. Rest deepens further. The body becomes very still now. Nothing is required from you. Nothing important happens. And sleep continues. Quiet, deep, effortless. You rest. Everything is already quiet. Nothing is waiting for you. Nothing is expected from you. Your body can remain exactly the way it is right now. No changes are needed. No effort is required. Breathing continues gently, in and out, slow, unforced. You do not need to guide it. You do not need to improve it. It already knows how to be calm. The air enters softly. It leaves softly. Nothing important happens. Imagine time stretching out endlessly. No beginning, no end. A wide open space with nothing inside it. The mind steps into this space and slowly becomes quieter. Thoughts begin to lose their shape. They feel lighter, less solid. A thought may appear briefly, then fade before it finishes forming. Another thought might try to arrive, then quietly turn around and leave. There is no need to follow thoughts. There is no need to stop them. They come, they go. Your forehead feels smooth and relaxed. No tension, no movement. Your eyebrows rest naturally. Your eyes feel heavy, comfortably closed. The muscles around your eyes soften. Your cheeks relax. Your jaw loosens. Teeth slightly apart. Your tongue rests quietly. Your neck feels supported, held. Any tightness there begins to dissolve, slowly, naturally. Your shoulders sink a little lower, as if gravity is helping them rest. Your arms feel heavier now, warm, loose, elbows resting, forearms relaxed, hands open, gently, no gripping. Your chest rises and falls slowly, breathing steady, unnoticed. Your stomach feels calm, soft, at ease. The lower back settles comfortably, supported without effort. Your hips feel grounded, stable. Your thighs grow heavy, still. Knees relaxed, calves resting. Feet feel warm, loose, quiet. Nothing important happens. Time feels distant now. There is no clock. Moments stretch and blur together. There is no before. There is no after. Only this quiet now. Awareness becomes wider, less focused. There is nothing specific to notice, nothing demanding attention. Sounds in the distance lose meaning. They become part of the background. Even silence feels soft. This voice feels far away now. Words turn into gentle noise. Meaning fades, and that is safe. Your body recognizes this state. It remembers deep rest. There's no need to guide it, no need to help. A deep calm spreads slowly, from the center outward, like sinking into something warm, something supportive. Nothing important happens. Thoughts become rare. Spaces between them grow longer. Those spaces feel peaceful, comfortable. Stillness deepens. Breathing remains slow, effortless. Your body grows heavier, more settled. Awareness drifts further away, as if floating gently. There is nothing to hold on to, nothing to track, no story, no task, only rest. Sleep begins to take over naturally, without effort. You do not need to follow this voice anymore. The sound can fade, rest deepens further. The body becomes very still. Nothing is required from you. Nothing important happens. Sleep continues, quiet, deep, unbroken. You are safe, you are resting. There is nowhere you need to go. There is nothing waiting for you. There is nothing you should be doing right now. Your body can stay exactly as it is. You do not need to adjust your position. Comfort does not need perfection. Breathing continues on its own. In, out, slow, natural. There is no need to deepen the breath. There is no need to slow it further. It already knows the pace of rest. The air feels neutral, neither warm nor cool, just present. Nothing important happens. Imagine a very large, open stretch of time, so wide that it has no edges, so quiet that nothing stands out. The mind gently enters this open space and slowly becomes less interested in thinking. Thoughts lose their urgency, they lose their shape, they lose their reason for continuing. A thought may appear briefly, it does not finish, it simply fades. Another thought might start, then soften, then disappear. There is no need to stop thoughts, there is no need to encourage them. They naturally slow down here. Your forehead feels smooth, loose, calm. The muscles around your eyes soften, eyelids resting comfortably, heavy in a pleasant way. Your cheeks feel relaxed, jaw loose, teeth not touching. Your tongue rests quietly in your mouth. No movement needed. Your neck feels supported, held gently, no strain. Any remaining tension there slowly dissolves, not all at once, just enough. Your shoulders sink slightly lower, as if they no longer need to hold anything. Your arms rest heavily by your sides, warm, still, elbows relaxed, forearms loose, hands open naturally, fingers resting without effort. No tension left to release. Your chest rises and falls quietly, breathing soft, barely noticeable. Your stomach feels calm, settled, at ease. Your lower back feels supported, held by whatever is beneath you. No adjustment needed. Your hips feel grounded, stable, still. Your legs feel heavier now, warm, comfortable, thighs relaxed, knees loose, calves resting. Your feet feel distant, heavy, quiet. Nothing important happens. Time feels unclear now. Minutes stretch, then dissolve. There is no past to think about. There is no future to prepare for. Only this quiet moment. Awareness becomes softer, less focused, more spread out. There is nothing specific to notice, nothing pulling your attention. Sounds blend into the background. They lose meaning. They lose importance. Even this voice begins to feel far away, as if it is not meant to be followed. Words turn into gentle sound. Sound turns into silence. Meaning fades completely, and that is safe. Your body recognizes this state. It knows how to rest deeply. There is no need to help it, no need to guide it. A deep calm spreads slowly, from inside outward, evenly, like sinking into something soft, something steady, something supportive. Nothing important happens. Thoughts are rare now. Spaces between them grow wider. Those spaces feel peaceful, comfortable, safe. Breathing continues quietly, effortless, automatic. Your body grows heavier, more still, more settled. Awareness drifts gently, like floating without direction. There is nothing to follow, nothing to track, no story, no task, only rest. Sleep deepens naturally, without effort, without instruction. You do not need to stay awake. You do not need to listen anymore. The sound can fade now. Rest continues, deep, quiet, unbroken. Nothing is required from you. Nothing important happens. You are resting. You are safe. There is nothing important happening right now. There is nothing you need to solve. There is nothing you need to finish. Your body can remain exactly as it is. Comfort does not need adjustment. Rest does not need effort. Breathing continues naturally, in, out, slow, quiet. You do not need to control it. You do not need to slow it down. It already knows how to rest. The air feels neutral, barely noticeable. Uninteresting. Nothing important happens. Imagine a place where nothing asks for your attention. No movement, no change, no urgency. The mind enters this place slowly and becomes less active, less curious. Thoughts begin to feel unnecessary. They arrive less often, they leave more quickly. A thought may appear. It does not stay long. It fades before forming fully. Another thought tries to begin, then quietly stops. There is no need to follow thoughts. There is no need to stop them. They settle on their own. Your forehead feels smooth, loose, at ease. Your eyebrows rest comfortably. No tension holding them up. Your eyes feel heavy, warm, comfortably closed. The muscles around your eyes soften more, as if melting. Your cheeks relax, jaw loose, teeth gently apart. Your tongue rests quietly, still, unmoving. Your neck feels supported, held without effort. Any remaining tightness there fades slowly, not rushed, not forced. Your shoulders sink slightly lower, as if releasing a small weight. Your arms feel heavier now, resting fully. Elbows relaxed, forearms loose, hands open naturally, fingers resting without purpose. Your chest rises and falls softly, breathing barely noticeable. Your stomach feels calm, settled, quiet. Your lower back feels supported. No need to adjust, no need to move. Your hips feel grounded, stable, still. Your legs grow heavier, warm, comfortable, thighs relaxed, knees loose, calves resting. Your feet feel distant now, quiet, heavy. Nothing important happens. Time begins to lose meaning. Moments stretch, then blur. There is no schedule here, no deadline, no expectation. Only this calm stillness. Awareness becomes softer, less focused, more spread out. There is nothing specific to notice, nothing calling for attention. Sounds fade into the background, they lose importance, they lose definition. Even this voice feels far away now, as if it does not need to be followed. Words soften into sound. Sound softens into silence. Meaning fades completely, and that is safe. Your body remembers how to sleep deeply. It does not need instructions. A deep calm spreads slowly, from the center outward, even, steady, like sinking gently into something soft, something steady, something supportive. Nothing important happens. Thoughts are very rare now, long spaces between them. Those spaces feel peaceful, comfortable, safe. Breathing continues on its own, quiet, automatic. Your body feels very still now, heavy, settled. Awareness drifts gently, like floating without direction. There is nothing to follow, nothing to track, no story forming, no task waiting, only rest. Sleep deepens naturally, without effort, without awareness. You do not need to stay awake. You do not need to listen anymore. The sound can fade completely now. Rest continues, deep, quiet, unbroken. Nothing is required from you. Nothing important happens. You are safe. You are resting. There is nothing important happening. There is nothing that needs to change. There is nothing that needs to be fixed. Your body stays exactly the way it is, still enough, comfortable enough. Breathing continues softly, in, out, slow, easy. No need to control it, no need to deepen it, no need to think about it. The air moves in and out naturally, quiet, unnoticed. Nothing important happens. Imagine time becoming very wide, so wide that it loses direction, so wide that it loses meaning. The mind gently floats inside this open time and becomes less interested in thinking. Thoughts feel distant now, unnecessary, heavy. A thought may appear briefly. It does not develop. It does not finish. It fades before it matters. Another thought begins to form, then dissolves quietly. There is no need to stop thoughts. There is no need to follow them. They slow down on their own. Your forehead feels smooth and loose. No tension left to hold. Your eyes feel heavy, resting deeply, comfortably closed. The muscles around your eyes soften further, melting, letting go. Your cheeks relax completely, jaw loose, mouth resting naturally. Your tongue stays still, quiet, unmoving. Your neck feels supported, held gently, safe. Any remaining tightness there fades slowly, without effort, without awareness. Your shoulders drop slightly lower, as if releasing the last small weight. Your arms feel heavy now, warm, resting fully, elbows loose, forearms relaxed, hands open, fingers still, no purpose, no movement. Your chest rises and falls gently, breathing barely noticeable. Your stomach feels calm, settled, neutral. Your lower back feels supported, no need to move, no need to adjust. Your hips feel grounded, stable, quiet. Your legs grow heavier, more distant, less aware. Thighs relaxed, knees loose, calves resting. Your feet feel far away now, heavy, quiet. Nothing important happens. Time stretches and blurs. Moments lose edges. There is no before, there is no after. Only this soft, empty moment. Awareness becomes very gentle, very wide, very unfocused. There is nothing specific to notice, nothing calling your attention. Sounds blend together. They fade into the background. They lose meaning. Even this voice feels distant now, unimportant, easy to ignore. Words turn into sound. Sound turns into quiet. Quiet turns into nothing. Meaning disappears completely, and that feels safe. Your body remembers sleep, deep sleep, natural sleep. It does not need guidance. It does not need help. A deep calm spreads everywhere, slowly, evenly, like sinking into something soft, something steady, something supportive. Nothing important happens. Thoughts are almost gone now. Long, empty spaces remain. Those spaces feel peaceful, comfortable, safe. Breathing continues quietly, automatic, effortless. Your body feels very still, very heavy, very settled. Awareness drifts gently away, like floating without direction. There is nothing to follow, nothing to listen to, no story, no task, no purpose, only rest. Sleep deepens further, without effort, without awareness. You do not need to stay awake. You do not need to listen anymore. The sound can fade completely now. Rest continues, deep, quiet, unbroken. Nothing is required from you. Nothing important happens. You are resting. You are safe. There is nothing important happening right now. Nothing useful. Nothing urgent. Your body can remain exactly as it is. No adjustment needed. No correction required. Breathing continues on its own. In, out, slow, soft. You do not need to notice it. You do not need to change it. It already knows the rhythm of rest. The air feels neutral, barely present, uninteresting. Nothing important happens. Time feels wide here, so wide that it loses shape, so wide that it stops moving forward. The mind drifts into this open time and slowly becomes less active, less curious, less engaged. Thoughts feel unnecessary now. They appear less often. They leave more quickly. A thought may begin softly, then fade before it finishes. Another thought tries to form, then dissolves quietly. There is no need to stop thoughts. There is no need to think them through. They settle naturally. Your forehead feels smooth, loose, calm. The space around your eyes softens, eyelids resting heavily, comfortably closed. Your cheeks relax, jaw loose, No pressure anywhere. Your tongue rests quietly, still, unmoving. Your neck feels supported, held gently, safe. Any remaining tension there fades slowly, without effort, without awareness. Your shoulders drop a little lower, as if nothing needs to be carried anymore. Your arms feel heavy now, warm, resting fully, elbows loose, forearms relaxed, hands open naturally, fingers still, no purpose, no movement. Your chest rises and falls softly, breathing barely noticeable. Your stomach feels settled, quiet, neutral. Your lower back feels supported. No need to move, no need to adjust. Your hips feel grounded, stable, still. Your legs grow heavier, more distant, less aware. Thighs relaxed, knees loose, calves resting. Your feet feel far away now, heavy, quiet. Nothing important happens. Time stretches again. Moments blur together. There is no past here. There is no future waiting. Only this calm, empty space. Awareness becomes very soft, very wide, very unfocused. There is nothing specific to notice, nothing pulling attention. Sounds blend into the background. They lose meaning. They lose importance. Even this voice feels distant now, easy to ignore, easy to forget. Words soften into sound. Sound softens into quiet. Quiet fades into nothing. Meaning disappears completely. And that feels safe. Your body remembers how to sleep deeply, naturally, effortlessly. It does not need guidance. It does not need instructions. A deep calm spreads slowly from inside outward, even, steady, like sinking gently into something soft, something steady, something supportive. Nothing important happens. Thoughts are almost gone now. Long, empty spaces remain. Those spaces feel peaceful, comfortable, safe. Breathing continues quietly, automatic, effortless. Your body feels very still now, very heavy, very settled. Awareness drifts further away, like floating without direction. There is nothing to follow, nothing to listen to. No story, no task, no purpose, only rest. Sleep deepens further, without effort, without awareness. You do not need to stay awake. You do not need to listen anymore. The sound can fade completely now. Rest continues, deep, quiet, unbroken. Nothing is required from you. Nothing important happens. You are resting. You are safe. Nothing important is happening. Nothing is changing. Nothing needs to be changed. Your body can stay exactly as it is. No movement required. No adjustment needed. Breathing continues quietly. In, out, slow, soft. You do not need to notice it. You do not need to slow it down. It already knows how to rest. The air feels neutral, barely there. Uninteresting. Nothing important happens. Time feels very wide now, so wide that it stops moving, so wide that it loses meaning. The mind floats inside this wide time and slowly becomes less active, less involved, less curious. Thoughts feel unnecessary. They appear rarely. They fade quickly. A thought may begin softly. It does not grow. It does not finish. It fades away. Another thought starts, then stops, without effort. There is no need to stop thoughts. There is no need to think clearly. Everything settles on its own. Your forehead feels smooth, loose, at rest. The space around your eyes softens further. Eyelids heavy, comfortably closed. Your cheeks relax completely. Jaw loose, no tension left. Your tongue rests quietly, still, unmoving. Your neck feels supported, held gently, safe. Any remaining tension fades slowly, without effort, without awareness. Your shoulders sink lower, as if nothing needs to be carried anymore. Your arms feel heavy, warm, resting fully. Elbows loose, forearms relaxed. Hands open naturally. Fingers still. No purpose, no movement. Your chest rises and falls gently. Breathing barely noticeable. Your stomach feels calm, settled, quiet. Your lower back feels supported. No need to move, no need to adjust. Your hips feel grounded, stable, still. Your legs feel heavy now, more distant, less aware. Thighs relaxed, knees loose, calves resting. Your feet feel far away, heavy, quiet. Nothing important happens. Moments stretch and blur together. There is no clear beginning, there is no clear end. There is no past to remember, there is no future waiting, only this calm emptiness. Awareness becomes very soft, very wide, very unfocused. There is nothing specific to notice, nothing calling attention. Sounds blend together, they fade into the background, they lose meaning. Even this voice feels distant now, easy to ignore, easy to forget. Words turn into sound, sound turns into silence, silence turns into nothing, meaning disappears completely. And that feels safe. Your body remembers deep sleep, natural sleep, effortless sleep. It does not need help. It does not need guidance. A deep calm spreads everywhere, slowly, evenly, like sinking into something soft, something steady, something supportive. Nothing important happens. Thoughts are almost gone now. Only long, quiet spaces remain. Those spaces feel peaceful, comfortable, safe. Breathing continues quietly, automatic, effortless. Your body feels very still, very heavy, very settled. Awareness drifts gently away, like floating without direction. There is nothing to follow, nothing to listen to. No story, no task, no purpose, only rest. Sleep deepens naturally, without effort, without awareness. You do not need to stay awake. You do not need to listen anymore. The sound can fade completely now. Rest continues, deep, quiet, unbroken. Nothing is required from you. Nothing important happens. You are resting. You are safe.